Welcome back, everybody, to another dicondissectional production hosted by Deathstroke9. Today we're going to be reacting to a group that we have not yet done on the channel, Adele, and the song is called A Million Years Ago. Alright? So a few different people have requested that I do Adele for a while. And yeah, I wanted to check this song out. So welcome. If you're new to the channel, hello. My name is Daniel, and here we react to music, and I try to figure out what the music and the lyrics mean to me personally. Plus, we just enjoy some great music. 1 second, there's a thing making noise. I'll be right back. Sorry, these videos are recorded in outer space, and it's cold out here, so I had a heater running and this being really loud. Alright, anyway, where was I? So, yeah, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I post videos like this all the time. And at the end of each video, we do research on the song that we're listening to. So, yeah, there was no music video for this song, but there is a lyric video, which we're going to be checking out. Thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. And yeah, it's a relatively short song. I'm pretty sure I've heard an Adele song or two before. I don't remember if it's my dad or my mom who has played songs by them before. And I have mixed feelings about them, so I'm excited to check this out, and I'm going into it with an open mind. So yeah, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Adele, A Million Years Ago. That sounds like it's live, or just recording.
I only wanted to have fun, learning to fly, learning to run. Let my heart decide the way when I was young. Deep down I must have always known that this would be inevitable. To earn my stripes I'd have to pay and bare my soul.
No one can deny her voice is incredible.
But that was a million years ago. When I walk around all of the streets.
That'll be the one time I pause it. Alright. So before starting this, I was like, oh, I'm not sure how I feel about this group. This will be by far my favorite song by them now. Wow. Her voice is incredibly powerful. The lyrics are really good. Yeah, well, we have a lot to talk about with these lyrics, and the emotion in her voice is what's making this song. The music's really good too, but geez, it's incredible. All right, let's I'm gonna bring it back. Let's keep going.
When I walk around all of the streets where I grew up and found my feet, they can't look me in the eye. It's like they're scared of me. I try to think of things to say, like a joke or a memory. They don't recognize me now in the light of day.
Love the guitar too.
Who they thought they'd be. I wish I could live a little more. but that was a million years ago. A million years ago.
Wow. My goodness gracious. Weird fact, y'all. Did you know that if you listen to depressing music, it actually makes you feel better? Oh my. Wow, this person writes, I sang this song for my grandmother before she passed away. We were so close. On that day, I knew she listened to me. She said she loved it when I sang, and I sing for her till the last breath of her. After 2 years, every time I listen to this song, I cry. Jeez. All right. So let's take a look at these lyrics. But first, let's see. A Million Years Ago is a song by English singer-songwriter Adele. It's written by Adele in a collaboration with Greg Kurstin and uses melody from the song Phantom of the Opera. That's pretty cool. We're doing Phantom of the Opera soon on the channel, just so you know. Adele wrote the song after recently driving passing Brockwell Park in South London, where she grew up. She spent many hours of her youth in the park with her friends, singing to them and playing the guitar. Passing the park of her childhood moved her to tears, prompting her to write this song about missing her carefree days before fame. In an interview with Rolling Stone, she said shed some light on her inspiration. She said, going to that place, it is quite monumental moments of my life that I've spent there, and I drove past it and just burst into tears. I really missed it for no other reason than we've all got different things going on, and it's got nothing to do with me not feeling like I can't go and sit there and drink a bottle of cider anymore. It's more that life happened, so I've got no one to meet there. That's basically what it is. And it's just sort of about that and how I never realized that this was going to happen. I never ever realized when I had my guitar in the park singing to my friends. We never in a million years thought this would happen. Wow. So the message of the song is relatively simple. I only wanted to have fun, learning to fly, learning to run. I let my heart decide the way when I was young. And as people get older, a lot of times, you know, you become disillusioned with things around you. Some of these things that I'm going to say right now, I do not know from experience. A couple of them I do, but more it's from testimony that I've heard from other people or from what I've read in books or seen in movies or had my parents tell me or other people who are older than I am in my life tell me. Yeah, it's sad. So as you get older, you get disillusioned with the world. The veil drops, right? And then more responsibilities are put on you. And also as you get older, you a lot of times drift away from friends you once had. Family members pass away, or you drift apart from them as well. And obviously this is very generalized. This does not all of this does not happen to everyone, and it's in different amounts for each person. Everyone has a different life. But it is true that when you get older, you have more responsibility, and you just start to get world weary in general. The weight of the world eventually kind of just feels like it's pushing down against you. And that is the feeling that this entire song gave me. Her voice was sounding like someone crying out under some kind of weight and thinking of what it used to be. So I let my heart decide the way. Everyone's told you can be whatever you want to be, when in reality, no. So deep down, I must have always known that this would be inevitable. To earn my stripes, I'd have to pay and bare my soul and become vulnerable. I know I'm not the only one. You also do things that you maybe wish you hadn't have done. So I know I'm not, or you can, with the gift of hindsight, you can look back. The other day, this is kind of a tangent, but the other day my dad and mom saw an episode of South Park that had, I think, Cthulhu in it from H.P. Lovecraft stories. And they wanted me to watch it just because of that. And there was a character in it that was like a superhero named Captain Hindsight, who would fly in and tell everyone everything that they'd done wrong. And then just leave and be like, all in the day's work. It was supposed to be funny. But that's what, you have you look back and you're like, oh, hindsight's 2020 now. It seems pretty clear. I shouldn't have done that, or I should have made this decision or that decision. I wonder how different my life would have been if I'd chosen to go do this as my career instead of doing this, or if I had just taken the time to call that friend before we drifted away, or just a million things like that, or if I had only said goodbye to some family member one last time before they unexpectedly passed away, or all different things like that. So I know I'm not the only one who regrets the things they've done. Sometimes I just feel it's only me. And a lot of times people can feel very alone in their worlds that they are in. People are all in their own little worlds with walls around them. And with the internet, I think that people have been able to find other people that relate to them in some way more. And when you find someone who has been through, or who likes the same things you like, or who has been through the same things you've been through, even if it's not exactly the same, someone who just understands some part of you, it validates that part when you know you're not the only one that had that specific thing. Kind of difficult to explain that. At least for me, it's difficult to explain that. But anyway, it's still true that sometimes it feels like you're the only one who feels what you feel. And in a way, yeah, you kind of are. No one's going to know exactly what you're feeling. You can just kind of get a generalized thing. If it gets too specific, then it's no longer, well, this is all generalized. Anyway, let's continue. Sometimes I feel it's only me who can't stand the reflection that they see. So looking in a mirror and being like, who is this person? When did I become this person? I wish I could live a little more. I want to do something with my life. Look up to the sky, not just the floor. That line to me could be interpreted a couple different ways, but for me specifically, look up to the sky and not just the floor would be like you're under the floor and you just want to make it to the status quo. You just want the bare minimum. This is what I want. The lowest possible thing. That's where I want to be. Instead of looking up as high as you can and trying to achieve the most you can possibly achieve. I feel like my life is flashing by and all I can do is watch and cry. I miss the air. I miss my friends. So it's like they're stifled. I miss my mother. I miss it when life was a party to be thrown, but that was 1,000,000 years ago. So it feels like forever ago. When I walk around all of the streets where I grew up and found my feet, they can't look me in the eye. It's like they're scared of me. That's really sad. That is really sad because that's specifically about the artist singing. I try to think of things to say, like a joke or a memory, but they don't recognize me now in the light of day. And then a repeat of the chorus. Wow. That's this second verse is crazy because it makes it extremely personal to the person singing. Wow. So let's see what the song facts people put little comments saying. Adele contrasts the carefree days of youth and its freedom with the inevitable disillusionment that comes with growing up and entering the adult world. There you go, yeah. To earn one's stripes is a military metaphor. As one gains rank, you get new stripes to wear on your uniform, suggesting that achievement can only come from hard work and sacrifice, which in my opinion is true. Adele had to pay the price of exposing her interior self to others, making herself vulnerable and losing what was left of the innocence of childhood. Adele is referring to the iconic truth that as carefree children, we often imagine ourselves being one way as adults, only to mature and become a completely different person. The regret may also refer to Adele's struggles with the lifestyle of a celebrity. She always wanted to be close to her friends and family, yet the demands of fame have caused her to be more reclusive. Sometimes her fame is apparently so emotionally damaging that she can't stand to look at herself in the mirror. This is a symptom people with depression have said they have sometimes. However, she did write the song about childhood memories, so it's not hard to see the depression as a relation to reminiscing on times past. Wow, okay. This line could have multiple meanings. Yeah, the line that I said, yeah. People who are upset and sad can't force themselves to look and think positive. Instead of reaching for something better, they stick with feeling that they know best. With the feeling that they know best, being upset. When someone is ashamed of their actions, they are afraid of looking others in their eyes and would rather keep their head down. Celebrities like Adele are constantly in the public eyes, and it's often seen that celebrities are surrounded by the paparazzi. In pictures, it's often seen that they look down at the floor to hide their face so photographers can't get good pictures of them. Regardless, she still wishes she could live a little more. And while reminiscing over loved ones from her past, she realizes how quickly time goes as we age. I was recently thinking about that, and it's true. Like, when you, and I was trying to figure out why exactly this was, and I came up with a little bit of a theory, but the theory doesn't really make any sense, but it's just what I thought of. So, when you're 1 year old, and then you turn 2, your life, the amount of time you've lived, has doubled. That's why it seems so big. Even you started with something small, but to you that was everything. And then that doubled. It's huge now. That 1 year is half of your life. By the time you're 20, 1 year is only 1/20th of your life. And you've lived so much more than just that 1 year that now the year, instead of seeming like this big piece, this huge chunk, is now just one little tiny sliver of your life. Everything seems to compress and go faster because you've lived longer. It's like a mental thing almost. It's really interesting and kind of weird. But I've started to notice it, and I've heard adults talk about it before as well. The older you get, the faster the years seem to start going by. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue. She may be referring to the speed of her rise to superstardom. There are moments when she misses her old life. She has referenced in interviews how suffocating fame is and how she would rather be home with friends instead of touring. I find fame frightening, and I find it really toxic. It's charming, it's persuasive, but it doesn't last. So why would you get involved with something that you will miss so much once it's gone? In verse 2, fame has a way of alienating individuals. This is especially true when you become a superstar. Even the people that Adele grew up around are reclusive due to her status and view her differently. She plays with the idea of walking around her old neighborhood by saying it's where she found her feet, meaning to become used to a situation. She paints the picture of a place she was very familiar with. However, the people seem like they don't know her. Light of day may also have a double meaning. In the literal sense, it refers to daylight. However, it could also be a metaphor for the limelight that is shined on her because of her success. And then repeat of the chorus. And then the end. And then at the beginning it says produced by Greg Kurstin. Compared to 19 and even 21, 25 is relatively stripped back. Oh, are her albums just numbered in... Oh, that's interesting. Million Years Ago makes no attempt to fault the status quo. However, instead of being a piano-based ballad like Hello or All I Ask, Adele enlists Greg Kurstin, a super producer who's produced for the likes of Lily Allen and Sia, and a guitar for this song. Although there is some slight instrumental backing to the chorus, the verses tend to keep to Latin-flavored chord progressions. Adele's voice is also extremely strong in the song, even for her standards. Perhaps it's because of the personal backstory behind the song. Yeah, wow. All right. Thank you for joining me. That was a good song. Like, that was... I just typed in Adele to see what a song could come up, and that was one of them, and I was like, okay. That's a good song right there. Like, a lot better than I had expected it to be. I haven't heard Adele in a long time, and I don't remember particularly thinking, this is incredible or anything like that, but that song was incredible. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys soon. Deathstroke 9, out. Stay tuned for more reactions. Consider subscribing if you enjoy this type of content. And yeah, we are Legion, my friends. Stay safe.